There are the images, Jonathan Fenby. Is this time different for Hong Kong?
Yes, certainly. I mean, it's the size of the turnout to begin with. But this reflects several things, most notably the way that an awful lot of people in Hong Kong, who you can see in the streets here, and others who didn't actually turn out on a very hot and sultry day, resent and are deeply worried by the way that Beijing has been increasingly establishing its control over Hong Kong. The one country, two systems idea, which was there at the handover in 1997, has become less and less preserving the Hong Kong system,
right,
and more fitting Hong Kong into one country.
John Fenby, that's right where I wanted to go. Hong Kong has a heritage of four large families, the Lee family, the Ho family, and on and on and on. And now we've come forward 10 years, 20 years beyond Donald Tsang and the courage of 1997. Is it a seismic shift where Hong Kong will be folded into mainland China?
Well, that's the way that Beijing is going and has been going for the last 2-3 years. Yes, you can have some freedoms, some international links, which you don't have in the mainland. That will be allowed. But in the end, Hong Kongers have to remember they are part of one country. And that is what they're resenting here. It goes beyond strictly just the extradition issue.
Right, but Jonathan, what exactly is worrying people so much in this bill?
What's worrying is that Beijing is basically running Hong Kong.
Right, and it's as simple as that. But that's, I mean, it's been the case for some time. Right?
It's been the case, but there's always been the idea that the Hong Kong system would be there, the rule of law and everything else, to preserve something very different and independent from the mainland in many ways, functionally. And that now is being eroded quite fast.
Jonathan Fenby, there have been a series of governors in Hong Kong. Now we have a new President Xi. He's taken a much more rigid stance, a much more, if you will, communist Politburo stance. Do you look at Hong Kong, like Shanghai and the other cities, as being an extension of the Communist Party, or does it sit in a quasi-capitalism unique?
It sits in a quasi-capitalist niche there, and that's what people in Hong Kong thought was going to be the case from 1997 onwards. And now they're wondering whether exactly the first formulation you used, Tom, whether it is seen in Beijing as just another big Chinese city.